So what I did at Coin was when I had like really like bad prototypes. Now that I realize, I thought they were good back then. You know, like wires hanging out and stuff like that. Um, what I did was I started to kind of like network around and trying to find more and more people who'd be interested in Coin. So first I made a pitch. Okay, very simple pitch. Like, you know, I made a deck that actually I didn't end up using, but it helped me get my mind together in the sense that I know how to present a company to an investor so that it gives the company a best chance of getting invested. How do you like prepare such a presentation, and how do you talk in such a manner that an investor is like, yeah, this guy can make a company? You know, like every founder that comes in obviously really loves their product and can talk about it, you know, with a lot of kind of like passion and drive behind it. Question is, can they make a business out of it, right? It's a company after all. So making that pitch is important, and that might take you like 2, 3, 4 weeks to get it right, and you have to talk about it maybe 100 times to someone, like pitch it like 100 times, you know, so that you just kind of get used to it, get to the point where you're bored of your pitch. You're like, if I speak about this one more time, I'm just going to lose it, you know, like get to that level, and then, you know, take a bunch of caffeine, line up some investor meetings, and then keep pitching and keep pitching. You'll get a bunch of feedback. And the interesting moment comes is when you know, you get that lead, you know, the seed round lead, who will put in a good like $500,000, $1 million in your company to get you going, basically. Then once you get that guy, the rest of the angel investors just drop like crazy. Like they'll just like, you just go pitch a bunch of people, don't worry about it that much, because you know, you already have the chunk of the money you're raising, and like, and then you know, you gather like 50K, 100K at a time over, you know, course of like a month or two even, because you already have enough to get going. Have you guys raised seed rounds in here? Not yet? Okay. Yeah, before you launch, you raise a seed. Yeah.
Just a little detail.
Yeah, go raise a seed round. It's really important, because resources change everything. When you have money to spend in a company, you can hire people. It changes everything. You know, so like whoever is your like CEO or gonna be CEO needs to like really focus and understand what it takes to raise money. Because without capitalization, you're always gonna be like, do I like, you know, eat, or do I buy my like, you know, the next rev of the hardware? Like that's, you know, that's a tough situation to be in, because you know, you can't go all out, right? So go raise a seed round. It could be as low as like, you know, a few 100K. That's enough to get going, and it could be, you know, you can raise rounds that are like a couple of million in seed. I think the right amount for a hardware company is about 2.5 million. If you really want to like make a company that scales, raise 2.5, no less. Because otherwise you'll find yourself like against all these blocks. You're like, oh yeah, I can't pay for that. You go talk to like TI, and they'll be like, you're talking to me, like, can you pay for any of this? You know, all these partners, like they're just there to sell, so they don't want to talk to anybody who doesn't have money to pay. So that's really important. And then when you have a team, you know, and you do a launch, you can hire the PR firm. Like, who wants to pay $10,000 for a PR firm and you don't have a seed round? You can't, you know. It's very difficult to come up with that money. You want to build your own site. You need software engineers to help you. You know, so you might have to pay someone. If you don't have someone in-house, you have to pay someone maybe, you know, $25,000 to make a site exactly the way you want it, right? To fine-tune it, to make it your masterpiece. So it's really important to raise money. And when we go to bigger rounds, it's all about, bigger rounds are all about, like, does your product show a fit, and how finished is your prototype, so that there's like less product risk. Right? Then you can go out and raise like a chunk of money, maybe 5, 10 million in one go. Then you can make, you know, your own office and all that kind of stuff to get it going. But I think unless you know someone really well and you're really good at networking and venture, that'd be something you probably do after you do your crowdfunding campaign.